Aegilus is one of our most important cards against the Ruby decks. If we flip this bad boy into play, they usually just can't win the game. It gives us and all of our other cards invincible. And our champion power is our discard outlet, so we basically just need to hit a Mordrom's Gift here at some point. I'm going to go ahead and lead on Blood Ice on one. Go ahead and put a non-resource on top of our deck, because again, we're looking for a Mordrom's Gift. Next turn... Next turn, we'll have to decide between Transmogging and Withering Gazing. I probably want to Transmog and preserve our life total a little bit. Howdy, Maester. Another Transmog. Yep, and put another non-resource on top of my deck here. I want to hold this non-slow shard so that way we guaranteed have a non-slow shard on turn 4. I'm going to go ahead and Transmog this before it attacks in case it... Oh, wait. Crap. Ah, I'm dumb. I'm dumb. So, this gives them a way to beat Aegilus. I'm going to need to Runebind that. I'm stupid. Don't Transmog their 1-drops. We did this yesterday, too. Don't do it. Don't Transmog their 1-drops. Yeah, I keep saying not to do that. I said, don't, look, okay? I'm just, sometimes you gotta teach by learning what not to do, okay? That fatty. We might just not find a gift and die here too. Is a very real possibility. Depending on what our life total is like when we get this into play, giving us a random 9 from the Polyberry pouch, we could still win the game. There's Mammy Yeti. We're going to Transmogrifade her so she hopefully loses speed. A lot of decks just can't kill him, Dark Wonders, but we also have Aegilus to protect it, or Gargalith to protect him. No, because Mordrom's Gift turns it into a random 8-drop. I guess it could technically... Oh, he's Polyberry pouching his own thing. That's so good for us. That's so good for us. Mordrom's Gift. Alright, Heart's Whisper. Put non-resource on top of my deck. Yeah, but Mordrom's Gift gives it +1, is the thing. I think I need to Transmogrifade something here. Mordrom's Gift has the major socket. This costs 1 less, so we can play it on 4. So Mordrom's Gift bestows its socketed power onto the troop that you're reanimating. If they don't play a speed troop, we're going to Transmogrifade this Pav as you can. Because it'll give him a random 2-drop, which will certainly have less than 4 power. Very likely have less than 4 power. Barely less than 4 power, but technically less. Alright, we're going to take 7 here, down to 8. This puts us to 5. They have a Scorch in their hand, so this is it. We got 1 shot here. Need a Mordrom's Gift this turn. It's not a Mordrom's Gift, so we are just dead. Just dead. Alright, so we board in some cheap shots and stuff like that so we can be a little bit more interactive in a matchup like this. Draxard, some more Aegilus. Cut the Gargaliths, cut the Alchemite, cut the Into the Unknown. Cut the Heart's Whispers because they're kind of slow. What's the last card we cut in this matchup? Oh, Withering Gaze. Yeah, Withering Gaze. I just like to say thanks everyone for hanging out here this morning while we battle some Hex Shards of Fate. If If you're new and enjoying yourself, remember to hit that follow button there on the screen. Doesn't cost you anything. It helps other people find my stuff. Correct. Yes, it could just transform into itself. That's what I said. That's what I was saying. I think this hand is fine. It needs a blood, but even if we miss on a blood threshold here, we can Permafrost and put this Exarch of the Egg in play. So you might Permafrost the cheap shot if they play a Bolt Spasm on one. Nope. Alright, so... Hey, ice, baby. Put a non-resource on top. I'm just going to pass the turn here. I really don't like to focus after I Fate Weave, but I'd rather hold up the cheap shot in case they have, like, Righteous Outlaw or Bolt Spasm or Baby Yeti here. Ice, baby. No play, turn 1, turn 2. That's good for us. More Exarchs of the Egg. Focus. Grab an Eternal Seeker here. That could be a fatty boom boom for us to discard here soon. Again, you kind of want to hold your champion power if you're not looking for a specific thing, just so we can have a wider selection. Like if we draw an Aegilus, I'd rather discard the Aegilus to my champion power than the Eternal Seeker. Maybe they have a bunch of Mama Yetis in their hand? Bolt Wing's pretty good. I'm just going to let them get in some hits here. I'm going to hit my champion power here. If we gift, we can Transmog's a great hit. Let's go ahead and do this. So I can Transmogrifade this. Did they reintroduce Permafrost? Yeah, okay, so even though this card is shardless, we have to zoom in on it for it to be shardless. That was fixed, and it looks like they unfixed it. They have a Mama Yeti, we just get to change a Scapegoat, sure. Maybe I should have left this back. I guess I have a cheap shot to deal with this. Burning Tendril, sure. I'm gonna go ahead and cheap shot this. Yeah, I should have left this one back. I'm gonna go ahead and Transmogrifade this one. Yeah, Permafrost is very good. Yeah, there's one of those in Immortal. Lead on Theorize here, see what we get. Do I want another resource? Yeah, I think I do. I've been the lackey for now. Focus. I think I want a Shard rather than a Transmogrifade. Maybe that's wrong. If they have another Phoenix, I'm going to wish I had that Transmogrifade. Let's play this Exarch out. So there's actually a lot of eggs in my opponent's deck at this point. Yeah, I'm going to attack one more time because getting them to a number that's divisible by 5 means Eternal Seeker kills them faster. There's the Mama Yeti that's going to run into this Exarch of the Egg. Or not, they must have a Fireball or something to clean this up next turn. Theorize, what you got? I think I'd rather have Transmog than Runebind. I'm going to play this out and hit my loot here real quick. You could play additional copies of Cheap Shot. You just want cards for the aggressive matchup. So like a 4th Cheap Shot over the last Exarch is pretty marginal. Exarch and like a cheap shot's much worse against Mama Yeti here, obviously. You could also play, I guess, Casualty of War. You want something that allows you to interact with opposing troops. I think like I'd probably play 4th cheap shot, 1st Casualty, or maybe 2 Casualty of War. Killing Mama Yeti's pretty big upside. I don't actually think Exarch's that big of an upgrade compared to what the alternatives are. I'm going to block you with just one of these because the other guy's going to create some Scorches. Cards will 100% lose value when they rotate out of Standard. 10 out of 10. Do you consider Chrono Daemon? So, like, I don't think Chrono Daemon solves any problems that the deck has. And, like, that's really the question you want to ask yourself. So, like, what problem are you looking to fix by putting Chrono Daemon in the deck? And I think the answer is that it really just doesn't fix anything. Man, this match has not been a good showing of the Reanimator deck. We are just like 21 cards into our deck without a Mordrom's Gift, or an Aegilus this game, or a Rotten Rancor. Not that we could cast Rancor, I guess, but... Alright, let's Runebind that to give us a turn off. I would expect them to have, at least, honestly. Why did this get bigger? Oh, because a constant entered play under their control. That's funny. That's funny. Lord, what a... It's like, why did this get bigger? Oh, right. The random card I gave you and this other card I gave you, they worked together. They worked together. Plus a Scorch here. The last two cards are 2 Scorches, right? Yep, down to 6. Ha! The perfect uncastable card. I guess we could technically live it as we're probably dead. If they draw a shard, this last card vengeance kills us. If they don't draw a shard, whatever card they drew probably kills us. It's kind of a damned if we do, damned if we don't type situation. They have to draw like Bolt Spasm here, or a Scapegoat to not die. Now we're just into that. Good game's opponent. Cue it again here, shall we? You actually can't Frost form. Even if they didn't have Scorch Intangible Hawk, Frost form requires diamond thresholds. Permafrost only removes the thresholds off the casting of the card, I believe. Greg 7 were clear. I've actually just been winning with Storm a lot. The Escalate deck I've been having a really reasonable record with. What's my TCG browser say actually? The ladder tracker enabled. I'm 23-9 with the Escalate deck. So. Yeah, and I don't just want to, like, I've actually been playing. I'm glad you gave me 3 packs. I actually think this deck that we're playing is very reasonable. We just had pretty unfortunate draws there against you. Like, you know, statistically, you look at the number of times we're like, we're not going to have one of our 6 reanimate spells in the top, 21 cards of our deck, and then it happened 2 games in a row. This hand is fine. We're on the draw. We have an Arcane Focus we can play. It needs resources, obviously, but, like, it's got fatties. Opponent's playing the Sockets deck. The Black Hand version was just cute. And something funny. It's definitely not good. This is the version of the Reanimator deck that my team worked on for the Cosmic Crown Showdown. Get that. Ice gets us another shard. I think this version of the deck is very, very powerful and reasonable. We played this version of the deck yesterday too. There's archives of it on my YouTube channel as well. Turn 2 Crusader. It's actually not that scary because we have Transmog. I probably want to just Transmog this next turn. Probably stack another resource on top of it. Oh, this has speed. Yeah, definitely do Transmog that guy. I think I'm just going to put another resource on top of my deck here at this point. And we'll Transmog this when they enter combat. And actually, Sentry works to our advantage when we're Transmogging our opponent's things, because this will turn into a random 1-drop since it's a 2 from the Sentry. And a miss is kind of scary. Man, am I supposed to Transmog that instead? I think the Crusader's scarier. This could be wrong. It could be misassessing what's important here. Withering Gaze, see what you got going on over here. No more socketed cards. All right, deal. So I want to just make resource drops at this point. Huh, I think I actually want this Eternal Seeker because I'd kind of like to bin an Eternal Seeker to possibly reanimate, and then I would like to have one to also play when we get to 7 resources down the line here. So we'll play that out for our second Sapphire, and the next turn we can Permafrost this Gargalith. Probably hit my champion power. Oh, they have the, when you play a resource, this gets bigger. That's pretty good. 8 for 5 here. Opponents close this game pretty quick. We have to Frost form out this Alchemite next turn at least. Put a non-resource on top of my deck here. So Alchemite, whenever it attacks, it draws a card, and we can discard a card from our hand to revert this and put it back in our hand. So it's basically immune to removal as long as we have cards to discard to it. 10 out of 10 just taking a hit for 4 here. This aspect of the squirrel. Lackey, sure. Mordrom's Gift. Let's focus first, see what we get. Oh, he wanted the 3rd troop for paw. Good call. I'm going to grab another Permafrost at this point. I'm going to go ahead and Permafrost this Gargalith. And then I'm going to go ahead and Mordrom's Gift this Eternal Seeker back and void all of their 1-drops, I think. I think I'd prefer to void all the 1-drops here. It gets rid of Lackey and this, so they're not going to draw a card from the Lackey. They're not going to be able to get a 3rd troop in their bin for the paw. Yeah, I'm just going to name 1s here. I also don't want to name 3s because I'd lose my Alchemite. Into the Unknown's a decent pickup here. So this is a 6/6 now. I'm not sure if I'm supposed to chump block this or not. I'm obligated to chump block this. Dead to removal. I guess I could technically block here. Nah, I'm just going to chump this. I think preserving our life total a little bit here is worthwhile. Also, if I block here, they could play the paw with Scrounge, which is not what I want to give them the option to do. Sentry of Nulzan, that's fine. And a paw, sure. Transmogrifade's decent. I'm going to start by attacking with this Alchemite, see what we get. That's a 7/3 source. That's pretty good for us. So I can play this out, get another blood. Yeah, that's true too, Bob. So, do I want to Transmogrifade this into a random 2, or do I want to Into the Unknown and take them all out of their deck? Giving them a random 2 is a lot less scary, I think. And then I can Into the Unknown this one. What are the blood wild things I could be giving them if I Into the Unknown this paw? I could be giving them like a Yazucan, which would be really bad for us. I think I'm supposed to Into the Unknown this. And Transmog this. No, I think I just want to do this plus Transmog. Think an average 3-drop has less than 4 power. Yep, just 2. Sweet. Silver Rook! Oh no! That used to be an Animist, now it's gonna, I guess we're Seekering on 2. My champ power here, see what we draw. Aegis, yep. We're gonna activate this in response, yep. Here's where 10 out of 10 taking their 2s away. Goodbye, Rook. Yeah, the Garg is permafrosted. There's graphical bug that doesn't show until we zoom in. Opponent packs it in, sweet. Yeah, I feel like when we get to do our thing, we just run these mid-range style decks over. Alchemite seems pretty bad in this matchup on average. They have a lot of blockers, so a lot of the time it's not going to be particularly valuable. Withering Gaze doesn't seem fantastic. Exarch of the Egg is good at blocking their larger troops. Is this a matchup where Gargalith is good enough? Probably. Bring in a PA as well. I think I want to just board like their blood style deck. Yeah, I don't really care about Withering Gaze actually if I'm just like not gonna have Aegilus in my deck. So maybe leaving some Alchemites in is fine. Yeah, okay, let's leave an Into the Unknown in. Let's do this kind of a hodgepodge of things. Yeah, Hawk. Blue team assemble. Yeah, I'm just, I've decided that in an effort to have the channel well modded, everyone who gives Jeff $60 gets a monster. Yeah, basically. If I've met you in real life, if I met you in real life and you seem reasonable, or you hit the Sapphire sub club, we hand out the swords. I figure if you've invested a year's worth of money here, you probably invested in moderating the channel a little bit and are trustworthy. So if you secretly want to ruin my channel and ban everyone, just subscribe to me for a year. You know? It's easy peasy. This hand's like medium minus. It's hard to pass up a focus on a Sapphire. I've got this as like interaction to like stall them a little bit. Put a non-resource on top here with this one. Having the Psychic Ascension at our opener might actually be a little bit of a liability since they probably have Withering Gaze post-board. Okay, there's an MC that's a 5/5, so we're probably just rune binding that unless we draw Transmogrifade. Woo! Damn, it feels good to be gangster. Alright, let's go ahead and transmog this now. Let's get that one right on out of there. Sometimes these decks play Gargalith in their board, so let's just do that now and play around it. Ask me what it's like sometime. Ask me what it's like. It's beautiful and wonderful, that's what it's like. Never forget, ladies and gentlemen, TCGs are much easier if you are lucky. Are much, much easier if you are lucky. It's fine. I've got Eternal Seeker. You want your tablet? Yeah, you want your tablet too? Oh, look, it's mostly charged. Lucky, lucky. Yucky, lucky. Yeah, we might play some Ardent after this. Let's hit the loot button here. Bin this Eternal Seeker. Put this Eternal Seeker into play. Avoid their Altar of Nullzane here. You can Runebind this later. This deck is a much slower Psychic Ascension deck than... Oh, that's rude. Darkheart is very good against us, and I'm glad. We're going to bring the... I should have thought about that being in their deck, and we're going to bring the third into the Unnoted for the last game for sure. What's up? You want pretzels? Yeah? Oh, Mom brought all of our bowls upstairs, didn't she? That Mom. That Mom. Bringing our bowls upstairs. Alright. Wait, what? Seriously? They made a good decision? I don't understand! No! Watson can't make good decisions! That goes against everything I knew and trusted! That goes against everything I knew in life! Whoa, there's gonna be Legacy at the Pro Tour? Seriously? Wow, that's fucking awesome. Yeah, I think we're just taking this hit here. I want them to kill this. Do you want something to eat too? Yeah, Dad should have just assumed that I was gonna have to feed you too. Hold on to your butts, ladies and gentlemen. I'm an idiot. I'm gonna have to run back upstairs to get Declan something here in a second. Alright, I'm gonna Into the Unknown this. Play this out, I suppose. Probably have to Runebind this sometime soon here. Alright, I'll be right back. I have to feed Declan too. So wait, so is there actually a all-modern Pro Tour, or is there just the Team Pro Tour contains modern, so we're calling it a modern Pro Tour? Both. God bless. Look at that. That's awesome. Good on you, Watsy. Good on you, Watsy, listening to your customers finally. Gosh. Guess I don't have to Runebind that just yet, but things are looking a little grim here. To draw Mordrom's Gift. We can get our thing back. Can trade this here. Oh, geez, are they going to use this and gain control of my Exarch of the Egg? Oh, no! Alright, we're pretty dead. Yep, alright, let's go to game 3 here. I like how we boarded. Oh, I want the extra Into the Unknown, right? This Alchemite, that's not very good. Man, I might actually play all the Moto PTQs for whatever ones qualify for the team event. That sounds super, super fun. Has no draft. Oh, baby. You know, no joke. We're going to try to qualify for that one. We might play all of the things that season. Christy will be annoyed, but no joke. We'll probably try to qualify for that. I think I actually want to get blood with this, and then if we don't hit Sapphire next turn, I can Permafrost my Heart's Whisper. And PTQs are not cheap. That's one of the reasons I don't play them. They're like 30 bucks to play online. That's a good question, too. Where's the team one? They have an MC. We'll transmog it before we start our turn. Yep. Jeez! I'd even be able to drive to it. I wouldn't have to fly. That would be great. That sounds wonderful. So, Withering Gaze got fixed, but, what's the word I'm looking for? The Permafrost bug is back. So, like, this card is Permafrost that I can play it, but it doesn't show me it's Permafrost until I zoom in. Get a resource here. Hit our Sapphire. Perfect. That being said, the Permafrost one is much less annoying than Withering Gaze, so, like... And again, neither of them technically affect gameplay. Double Deathcry, sure. MC. Oh, we're gonna sacrifice this nerd. Cute. Oh, we sacrificed the Sentry, sure. Seeker, perfect. Let's go and Theorize here. Rotten Rancor is a great hit. So we'll go ahead and play the Sapphire Ice out here, put a non-resource on top of our deck, and the next turn we can Rancor fight this, void this. So I could trade my Rancor for both of his threats so that I could Mordrom gift it back later. It's like when Rancor is just like Wrath of God with Eternal Seeker, it's great. Play another 3-drop out for me. Rats. Alright, so Permafrost. Rotten Rancor. Rotten Rancor, Eternal Seeker, fight your 5/5. So these two will trade. And then Eternal Seeker will trigger and void their 3 costs. I don't actually know offhand. Oh, are Abominations 2s? Oh, yeah, maybe that's a little bit better. Yeah, I think that's better. I forgot the Abominations were 2s. So the Abomination would have been a 2 cost along with the MC, and then they just had a 1/1 to my 5/5. Yeah, I agree. That seems more reasonable. Weird, and if we had a 5/5 left over, we'd be able to just kill them here? Strange. Pesky Pippet. Yeah, but non-resourcer. Yeah, Eternal Seeker is very, very good. Definitely the reason why this deck is powerful. Sweet. And again, I'm just going to hold on this for now. I'm not quite sure what we're looking for yet. I have 2 activations, so it might be right to fire it off a little bit aggressively here. Sure, turn it into something with less power, God bless. Next turn we get to gift back our Eternal Seeker and then have it void their 4 cost here. Sure. And again, I'm not quite sure what we're looking for. I'm kind of happy with all of the cards in my hand, so I'm just going to be conservative on this loot and hold on to it for now. I wouldn't be surprised if they swing that in, honestly. They did not, though. Let's go ahead and theorize, see what we get here this time around. Found a resource to bin, sign me up. I'm gonna go to attack them for 5 here. And then I'm gonna go ahead and just into the unknown this, I think. If they, like, draw a dark card, I can, like, Mordrom's gift this to bring it back. Again, nothing quite ready to loot yet. Probably not playing out any more shards at this point. I'm just gonna, like, save those to loot away. Sure. Sure. Just mill me 4. Man, could you imagine if they would have been to Fatty for us there? Why would you cast that card? Like, I get that you got it from your thing. Alright, because you're just conceding. Sure. Yeah, makes sense. That's the only logical parallel to casting that card against me. Alright. Let's keep another one. Let's play one more with this, and then we will, poke at an Ardent deck, I think. Oh. Nope. There's not a... I haven't seen any Gladiator decks at all. Yes, our deck's gonna have 3 or 4 Scions in it, Tom. Playing Malzok here. Stun an already exhausted troop. Look at this hand. We've got Permafrost with the Rancor here already. We've got our Sapphire Ice. Ice, Ice, Baby. This gets us our next resource. God, Fate Weave is so good. Have I mentioned how good Fate Weave is? So, the Rotten Rancors, we have 3 Primal Prisms to make wild, and we have 4 copies of Permafrost to just make them shardless. And again, before we play this ice, I want to go ahead and focus first, because we know we're getting what we want with this, so... the old illusion of choice, my favorite. Put another resource on top here. What's going on, Deveron? We played with this deck a little bit yesterday, too. This is the Reanimator deck that my team worked on for the Cosmic Crown Showdown this past season. Deck's a lot of fun. It's doing some powerful things. Eternal Seeker is a really, really powerful Hex card. Speaking of Primal Prisms, let's go ahead and focus. Would love a Heart's Whisper. Let's focus again. Withering Gaze. Yeah, I think I'm in the market for a Withering Gaze here. I'm not quite sure what my opponent has going on. So let's go ahead and play this Permafrost and take Permafrost, the Rotten Rancor. Let's take a look-see-poo over here. What are you doing, opponent? I don't know what your champion is. I don't know what your deck's doing. Illusionary Form. Huh. Am I taking the Hero Fall? This seems really obnoxious. I wish I could take this Bride of the Damned. It's just this illusionary form. I feel like I don't care about this hero fall because I'm going to put Gargalith into play here at some point. So I'm going to take the illusionary form. You want more pretzels? Underworld Crusader. Okay. It's a good draw. Let's have speed or unblockable? Speed. Yep. Gross. It's okay, Ace. We only keep you around for your clutch card evaluation skills anyways. Alright, working our way towards the hard lock here. So, Aegilus plus Gargalith basically locks our opponent out of the game if they don't have, like a Dread End or Runic Diminishing. And so, like, next turn, we'll get to cast Rotten... Next turn, we'll get to loot, bin the Gargalith, and then Rotten Rancor back, kill this, and then have a Gargalith in play. And then 2 turns from now, we can Eternal Seeker just for 7. Loot. Bin Gargalith. Play this. Do I want to fight the Underworld Crusader, or do I want to fight one of these? I feel like I want it to be the Underworld Crusader. Nah, I'm going to fight the Zealot. And now if we could hit, like, Theorize into Gift, Mordrom's Gift, we could put the Aegilus out and then just never die. Yeah, they get to draw cards regardless here, so I'm going to go ahead and block this Underworld Crusader. Yes, we can Seeker soon, you're not wrong. Yeah, this Runebind can likely buy us enough time for Seeker to do work. Transmogrifade is also a good draw. They have a Rylith they can play out this turn. Mordrom's gifting back that. So we're gonna Runebind. What is this gem 7 on? Speed. So we're gonna Runebind this Mordrom's gift. And then the Seeker is gonna get rid of all of their 2s. Transmog that, which also turns it into a 2. So block here, take 6. When I block these, they get to draw the top card of my deck, which is not good for us, so... And we're actually getting close to just permafrosting out the Aegilus, which is sweet. Play this Eternal Seeker. Oh, you know what? Maybe I'm supposed to have hit this, so that way if I hit Mordrom's Gift, I could just do this. I don't think I want to attack with this. They could have... I guess Speed Crusader gets blocked by Eternal Seeker. Yeah, I'm just gonna attack them. This has to target, right? Yeah. So let's just try and kill them. Turn the corner here. Do you want more pretzels?
A bowl.
Where's your bowl? Declan, get your bowl. There's a Rylith that we knew about. Oh, this is gonna have to block here. That's not good for us. Oh, JK, LOL. JK, LOL. Play this other Eternal Seeker. Pick 5. 5 seems like a nice number. JK, you dead. Alright, so I don't actually think we want Aegilus against this blood deck. I want Gargs. I want Psychic Ascensions. Withering Gaze seems a little bit mediocre. Exarch seems good at blocking their ground pounders. Board like this seems fine. Seems fine. Seems fine. I think so. Yep, submit. This deck is definitely real speed. There's some pretzels. Your bowl's right there on the floor where you put it. Kids are great. The aggressive matchups are close for this deck, and the Ardent matchup is unwinnable. Those are the God's honest truth. If you want to know the good, bad, and the ugly about this deck, the Ardent matchup is unwinnable, and the aggressive matchups like Mono Ruby and Redlings are about a coin flip. Withering Gaze. Yep, dealer's choice. You can take the Mordrom's Gift, or you can take the Ascension. You'll lose 2 eventually. And they took, yep. Alright, so I think I'm just gaining a charge with this. Yeah, I'm just going to gain a charge with this. And then next turn we could go Sapphire, play Heart's Whisper. Ardent has pressure, and you can't just put an Aegilus into play and beat them. They have Diamond's Favors, they have Decree of Banishings, they have lots of quality removal. It's the fact that they have pressure plus quality removal. Like Redlings and the Ruby deck, you just put Aegilus into play and they can't win the game anymore most of the time. Baitweave a non-resource. Does anyone know what weekend the people that are reading Magic announcements? My wife just tweeted that the Team Trios Pro Tour is the same weekend as Gen Con. Is that true? Alright, we have this. Fatty? Huh. I'm gonna Permafrost this gift and then hit my champion power. If we hit a fatty, we can bring it back. We did not hit a fatty. I'm gonna bin this Transmogrifade for now. Lead on Theorize here. You're supposed to focus first there. Exarch of the Egg is decent. Can't actually play it though. I really don't need another Mordrom's Gift at this point. I'm gonna take the Runebind's interaction. So next turn we can Theorize plus Exarch of the Egg. Non-troop on top of my deck here. Okay, yep. Ban that for now. Play this, pass the turn. Machinations? That's rude. Oh, jeez. Wow, that just added a lot of power to the table. Are we dead? We're dead to another Machinations. Am I dead? I think we're on the 0 outer here now, actually. Oh, Eternal Seeker, you are much too late. Alright. On to game 3. So again, you know, in the games are losing. When your deck works, you basically run people out of the game. So the games your deck doesn't work, they're a little tough. Don't act like that was an accident. I watched you drop it on purpose. Pick it up. Yep, hand seems reasonable. We have Permafrost for Focus or Theorize, assuming we miss on a Sapphire here with this. But most of the shards in our deck are either Permafrost or Sapphire. Actually, I built this shard base really well. Every shard in our deck is Sapphire or Permafrost right now, so we should be pretty happy with that. Ding, ding, ding. Grab a Sapphire here. Go ahead and focus. Looking for reanimate spells and Sapphire sources. Those are neither of those things. We'll take a Runebind over a 14 cost Psychic Ascension, though. Well, that's awkward. I would like to try and qualify for that Pro Tour that's Team Trios, but Christy would probably be pretty upset if I missed Gen Con. Theorize. Alright, alright. Alright, you could argue that we are doing it. Put a Gargalith into play if we had a resource here. It has 1 million in prizes? There's more prize money too? Oh god! You want this? No, stop it, opponent. Stop it, I like my reanimate spells. Stop it. I just did a non-slow resource next turn so we can jab this. Hopefully they can't draw shit. Oh, they have verdicts too. God, this matchup's probably unwinnable. That's fine. Joke's on you, opponent. I didn't hit the resource anyways. They attack with this, I'm going to Transmogrifade it. Probably has less than 3 power, so I can block it. Yeah. Badger, badger, it's a badger, it's a very funny badger, 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 farmer, badger, 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 duck. I lived in a tree house, I lived in a snake, but I never saw the way to onside the rig. I just put badger into the llama song, didn't I? I did put badger into the llama song. That's fine, I can do what I want. Alright. That's, it's kind of a thing, I guess. Binning this gives that extra power. Which feels bad. I guess I could just Transmogrifade it and block again. We're not in a good spot, though. Mushroom, mushroom, badger, badger, badger. Yeah, that's the other one. I was thinking of that one. There we go. Transmogrifade your nerd. Please have less than 3 power. God bless. Snake, a snake, oh, it's a snake. God, that's really rude, opponent. I really like this Exarch of the Egg. We're kind of attached to each other. He's like my last bastion of defense here against the 2-power idiots that are trying to beat him down. We really want to draw a Heart's Whisper. We're kind of just like sputtered out of cards here and would like to generate some advantage. I don't have any charges right now, so I think I'm just actually supposed to get a wild with this, so that way if I draw a Rotten Rancor, I can cast it. Yo, my 7 drops. Oh, my 7 drops. Maybe rune binding my creature is better. Like, I just want the blockers, though. Like, that lets them pressure my life total. Focus. Alright, if they brick on a resource one more turn here, when they attack with this, I can Transmogrifade it. And block. They're gonna draw a resource, though. I've read this book. Oh, God bless. Alright, attack, babe. Cometh at me, dragon bro. Haha, the Exarch of the Egg even lives. It's a 5/4 Zealot, huh? It's a biggin. Alright, it's a transmog. God bless. God bless reversion properties. Aha! They missed again. It means they keep drawing Dodd resources, which is kind of scary. Gosh, that's rude. Alright. My Exarch is gone. You hath bested him. Cobland with the 213 subscription on Twitch Prime. Thank you very much for the continued support. I do appreciate it. Welcome back. Running resources here would probably be okay. Okay. Okay, there's one. It's Just one Eternal Seeker. Hopefully they draw a Shard this turn, so that way this Hero Fall goes away. Would be ideal. Ugh. I guess I just play the first one on 2 if I hit a non-slow Shard here. Oh no! Oh no! Don't burn me out, opponent! Oh no! Well, they missed 2 points of damage playing those post-combat. Wanted that 8 turns ago. Dead on board. Alrighty. Womp, womp. Sometimes Reanimator deck, little awkward, needs the right pieces in the right order.